Hi, sweetie.
It keeps on getting top of the paper.
Sweetie, pick up your chair, please.
It's your chair. No, you're not listening. She's been running around for like
Okay.
the past
Well,
10
I just wanted to
minutes.
say hi before I start the
Like
first broadcast.
nonstop.
I just wanted to say hi before the first broadcast, okay? All right, so well, hopefully she'll calm down, okay?
She's not.
I know.
So.
All right, Lucy, I love you. I'll call you in a little bit, okay? I love you. All right, I love you.
Me too.
All right, bye, sweetie. Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. Of course, as you know, the track home of the Formula One series when they won their Belgian Grand Prix tonight. It is home of the VOR, Velocity Online Racing Series. The IndyCar series presented by Apex Stage Coaching. It is the sixth round of this impressive season so far, actually the fifth round, I should say, tonight from Spa-Francorchamps as we are across the pond for the first race here on the Euro side of the schedule. The one race we will be over here, and we are ready to put on a good show of racing around this nearly 4.5 mile road course to figure out who will win tonight's IndyCar Belgian Grand Prix for the Velocity Online Racing Series. I am the captain, Chris Scala. We welcome you in this evening to what is about to be a fun night of racing, including what is about to be a very interesting qualifying session. The cars are out there warming up right now. Those who are in the first group are out on the track right now. So again, we welcome you to Spa-Francorchamps here in Belgium. Tonight's Belgian Grand Prix. Weather out here tonight, 78 degrees, 111 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temp, of course, 55% humidity and winds from the north at the 2 miles an hour. So as we get ready to do some racing tonight that is what we look at so far this evening. Take a look at the point standings. You'll see it out here on the bottom left corner of the screen as there they are. Right there for you. It is a pretty tight battle right now going on as we've only completed 4 races of the season, but it's Alex Vandesant leading right now over Julian Altena, Isaac Morris, Oscar Fredrickson, Dakota DeMay, David Porchelli, Thomas Geisler, and James Watson. That is your top 8 right now in the points standings as we enter this race. So as we get ready to move forward here into qualifying in group number 1, as I mentioned on the track, and they are crossing the start-finish line right now. So let's go down here to group 1 and see what it's like. This is our first time that we get to broadcast this type of a qualifying session here. You're going to see 30 minutes up on the clock. However, it's 30 minutes basically of different groups on the track. So basically what's going to happen is these cars are out, and it's going to be a lot like modern IndyCar qualifying. You'll get a couple groups, and then there will be a group of 10 at the end of this session that will go out there, and of course they will try to put a faster lap on the track to win the pole tonight here in Belgium. There's our first car we're looking at right now, David Porchelli, who's fastest in practice in the 15 car as he works his way up the Kemmel Straight to Lacombe, which is a chicane section. And then down here to turn 10 and 11, which is known as Bruxelles. Now, forgive me, I'm not going to get some of these turn names right, and I'm sure Telder will yell at me about it later, but frankly, I don't give a darn. Turn 11 to turn 12, which is known as Puhan. And then they'll, it's a very sweeping left-handed corner down to 13 and 14, a corner called Campus and Stavlot. Of course, we're in Europe, so every corner's got a name to it. Cohen Evans right now fastest at a 157.3. As I mentioned, this track, very, very big. I appreciate the viewers here watching tonight. Gavin Sanders, a 156.3. Good to see him back on track this evening. He missed last week's race from Pocono. And after a run past Blanchimont to the chicane, into the start-finish line right there is where they'll take the green flag in the finish of tonight's race as Porchelli goes P2 with a 156.0. Good lap for him as they, again, they're using the Grand Prix circuit tonight, so matches up with the actual F1 circuit. One of 2 races you're going to see tonight here on the Captain Esports Network. Coming up next, you will see the LSRL Cup Series race from Bristol. And going to be joined by Landon Wesenberry here in just a little bit as he gets ready to make his debut up here in the booth. No pressure, brother, but you're going to have some fun. Let's see who else here on track. I mentioned Gavin Sanders. There he is in that 10, the VOR car. Gavin, last time he was on the track, went to victory lane at Road America. And as I mentioned, he missed last week's race at Pocono. Isaac Morris, he just went P1 in the 63 car to 56.008. Of course, Spa famously known for that corner right there you're seeing Isaac come out of, a corner known as Eau Rouge and Radion. A high-speed sequence of corners that test the man strength of a lot of drivers, we'll say. There's Thomas Geisler in the Sunset Arctic Games, number 16. And Team Raceverse. Thomas right now is P9 with a 57.6. So Group 1 has 9 minutes to set lap times, and Group 1 is actually the top 14 in points. So this is most of the fast guys right here in this part of the session. And once Group 1 finishes, Group 2 will go out, and they'll go out here in about 3 or 4 minutes, and they will have the same 9 minutes to run their laps. And then Group 3 will go out, the Fast 10 will go out and try to improve their times to see if they can jump up to the pole or maybe somewhere else in the grid. So Geisler goes to La Source and works his way up to Eau Rouge and Radillon. They haul the mail up this portion of the track right here. We appreciate it by joining us here tonight on the Captain Esports Network. Isaac Morris on the pole right now by about 1/100th of a second over Porchelli, Sanders, Alex Vandesant fourth, Oscar Frederickson your top 5. And you see Geisler coming to pit road, so he will come off the track and take what he's gotten. Best lap he could get. As Gavin Sanders goes P1, and he's on pit road now to 55.7. Who else we got out here on track? Dakota DeMay. There he is in the 82 car. James Watson out here also. Oh, one car blasts the wall. And that is Isaac Morris. That car destroyed. And the driver that is racing nearest his home here this week has knocked the wall down. So the second group of cars are now out on track, and we will track them. And these are all guys that are, again, towards the bottom, unfortunately, of the point standings right now. But I think we couldn't help but talk about this man right here, Jim Harrick, coming off a top 3 finish at Pocono. Did a great job last week. So in this group, you got Sam Blackwood, you got Jim Harrick, Nicholas Sudik, Joseph Grjalva, Ryan Eric King, John Christensen, Max Williams, Sebastian Kinder, Lewis Woodall, Joe Harleman, and Ty Richter, at least on the track. You see the different strategies. Some guys going kind of hard right now, some not so much. Jim trying to save his tires as he comes through the final corner of the chicane, as he'll get up to speed now, cross the start-finish line, and work his way to La Source, which is a 180-degree hairpin here at Turn 1. And then it's the drag race up to Eau Rouge and Raidillon. And he actually slows up there as he was heading up the Kemmel Straight. Got me phone in me garage. What the hell does that mean? All right, so Jim going to go back on track here. Oh, gotcha. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't speak that lingo. So John Christensen, Max Williams putting up a lap as these guys start to cross the line. Here's Joseph Grjalva, the C-Squared racing car. I'm just more taking it in right now and learning it, Julian, to be honest with you. I know it's like the real IndyCar one, but it's different watching than broadcasting it, so I'm just trying to take it all in and understand how it's all going and go from there. Yeah, it's unique. I like unique stuff. Grjalva going to cross the line, and he will be somewhere. It didn't log his lap, so apparently he had an off track somewhere or something. Here's Ryan Eric King, the 4, the Apex Sage, number 4. Ryan had a little bit of a rough race at Pocono last week. And, of course, with our cameras from Track Cams Ford Gourmet, we have got some very interesting cameras set up for you tonight. As a matter of fact, we've decided to throw a little kind of an old school into this a little bit as, we got a modern camera setup. Well, also, we have a little bit of a classic F1 setup camera package tonight, too. So you might see a little bit of a throwback look. All right, I am here, I promise. Had to take that phone call real quickly. As Ryan Air King, I think he realized he's on the air or something like that. He almost ran off the track. But Ryan right now 20th with a 2:01.2. Jim Harrick logging in a 58.3, so not a bad lap for his. And really just trying to see Sam Blackwood right now, the best of the crew. Now Sam making a rare appearance here. Sam normally runs over in the TI IndyCar series that runs on Tuesday night. Sam actually a winner in a recent road race there at Long Beach. But Sam running a, oh boy, should I say it in the Austin Powers way? The Fat Bastard paint scheme. It's actually a burrito paint scheme. Up one of the rare straightaways that has a lot of curving in it. But you are wide open the whole entire time as he goes to Blanchimont right now, heading for the chicane. That's turn 17 and 18 there. It's a 21-turn circuit. Only 20 on this portion of the circuit, which I guess I wouldn't understand because it's all the same circuit. But anywho, we carry on through the chicane. Start-finish line will be right here. Let's see what Blackwood can do. And it looks like he gains a little bit of time, but still P8. But he apparently will be in the top 10 unless we get some burners here from some of these guys. And we see the cars coming to pit road here, so it looks like this round of qualifying will be over as we see Lewis Woodall's crossed the line. There's Max Williams in the YJ eSports number 8. Speeds here probably at about 180 miles an hour, almost 200. Probably a lot of downforce keeping that speed down. Kristen Elson, she's run a lap of 2:03.1, and a little lock up there for Max. He overdrove the corner. That's going to hurt his lap. 1:59.1 that time by. It's actually faster, but still P19, unfortunately. So it looks like the only car left on track right now is John Christensen, the 44, as he enters the chicane here. And his lap actually will not count. So that'll do it. The top 10 will head out onto the track. And those 10 cars are Gavin Sanders, David Porchelli, Isaac Morris, Oscar Fredrickson, Alex Vandesant, Julian Altena, Cohen Evans, Sam Blackwood, Tyler Davala, Nicholas Sudik, your top 10. And Julian, I actually have a suggestion maybe for this format, if I may share. I won't share it on the air. I'll talk to you first about it. Actually, I'll shoot you a little message on Discord here. But actually, Julian's on the track, so you won't even hear me say it. And here we are, cars on the track as they slowly work their way out there. They'll get these tires warmed up. Now, while these guys are out on track, let's take a look at the race information tonight as we get ready to go green. 35 laps around this 4.5-mile track. Fuel window at about 12 to 14 laps. Some say 2, some say 3-stop race. Of course, if you do 12 to 14, you do the math, that's 14:28 if you go by that number to get you to the finish. However, if somehow you can stretch it to 17 laps, you might be able to make it. Well, no, that wouldn't be a one-stopper, but you would have to go, 10, 20, 30 to make it a 3-stopper? But they do have 10 pushes to pass, up to 20 seconds apiece, so you'll probably see it on the long straightaway. Of course, tire wear on the rears, they're talking about being very high on this track. And the iRacing penalties in this league, 14, and you'll get a black flag, and then at 20, you actually get disqualified. And what a incident point is, where you see the X for those who are not in iRacing, basically every time you go off track or every time you hit something or wreck or run into another car or anything like that, you get what they call an incident point. And basically if that racks up to 14, then you're done. And depending on the severity of the hit, that determines what kind or how many incident points you can get. You'll get no more than 4 in an impact, but you can also get 1 for just a simple off track. Oh, Isaac, tail whipping it. And Isaac going to go ahead and slow it down. And I think he's going to call it a lap here, as unfortunately he had some issues there. Now, the times are still on the board of what they ran in their relative group. But this part of the session allows them to go out and actually try to improve that lap time to gain their track position. There's Cohen Evans, the LMC gear number 37. Tyler Duvall, the 7 there behind him. Through Bruxelles he goes, heading towards Puhan in the turn 12 section. This is Campus right here. Down to Stavelot. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. That's the chicane. I got it all wrong. It was on Blanchimont. See, this is where I'm not an expert at road courses, people. But Cohen still P6 right now. With 5 minutes to go as Alex Vandesant enters. Of course, other famous races that are run at this track. Of course, the 24 Hours of Spa. One of the many endurance races that you see. Check on Julian Alton here, the boss man, rolling up the straightaway here. It was the Kemmel Straight he was on right there. So these guys should have time to get 2 laps in at the worst if they can run 2 clean ones. And then we'll get you ready for the race. Top gear for Julian as he heads up here towards the chicane through Blanchimont. Little blip in the throttle there, and he has to get out of the gas here as he comes up on the back of Alex Vandesant here. Alex going to maybe let his teammate through. Actually, no. He's going to get going here. That's just a tough spot there as Alex going to get into a flyer here. And Julian's going to try to get one going here. Let's ride with him. This is the source. Turn 1, a 180-degree hairpin. And heading towards Eau Rouge and Radillon. He is wide open through there. Up the Kemmel Straight to Lacombe's. Gets a little oversteer there as he caught that curve downhill to Bruxelles, which is another 180-degree corner. And turn 12 here is called Puhan. Barely off the throttle. Fast sweeper. And down towards the campus chicane. You see Cohen going a little wide there. Actually off in the grass he goes. And Stavlot here is turn 15 and 16. And the curb of Paul Frere, I believe it's pronounced. I might get that name wrong. And then the long straightaway that includes Blanchimont all the way back up to the chicane at 19 and 12. And there it is, a lap completely around the Spa-Francorchamps track as Julian moves up the P7, 156.7. And hops out of his car. Gavin Sanders still out there. See Oscar Fredrickson on track. You see Alex Vandesant right there behind him as they cross the line. Oscar's lap actually didn't count for him there. Let's see if Alex's did. It looks like it did not either. So qualifying is going to end right here, but they do get to finish their lap. See if I can get you a speed here for Oscar. He's actually slowing up. Let's watch Alex. Looks like with the way the gearing is, top end, 178 mile an hour there in that corner. But he's well over 170 that whole entire time. Oh, and Alex is going to lose it. Oh, boy. Oh, that's going to hurt. Cohen's on pit road. Anyone else on track? It is not. And, well, looks like Gavin Sanders is going to be the pole sitter for the Belgium Grand Prix in the number 10. He's still going to go out here and complete this lap and see if he can actually go faster. That might have cost his lap right there. So while they go ahead and grid, let's throw up the starting lineup here because Gavin officially is going to be the pole sitter. This is presented by CircleBDiecast.com. You can actually use the code word Foxworth Autosport. And you can get free shipping on any order over $20 to anywhere in the United States and Canada. And what I mean by free shipping, I mean things like IndyCars and Stock Car Diecast. You can check those out and more by going to CircleBDiecast.com and type in the code Foxworth Autosport to get that deal right now. Gavin Sanders is going to be on the pole alongside David Porchelli, who's had a pretty good couple of races here the last few weeks. Isaac Morris, he'll start alongside Oscar Fredrickson. Isaac, the winner last week at Pocono. Alex Vandesant, Cohen Evans, they'll start in row number 3. Row 4, Julian Alternate and Nicholas Sudik. Row number 5, that is Sam Blackwood, Tyler Davala, Sebastian Kinder, and Dakota DeMay in the 82 car, starting P12. Matt Houston, Thomas Geisler, row number 7. Row 8, Joel Harleman, not a bad start for him. James Watson in the very colorful 39 car. Jim Harrick, Lewis Woodall. Jim coming off that top 3 at Pocono. Max Williams and John Christensen there in 20th. Ty Richter, Ryanair King, 22nd. Row number 12, Kristen Nelson. She was the last car to complete a lap during qualifying. Christian Alasia will start in 24th. Joseph Grajova and Gary Godso, the final 3 starters in this race. So as the final seconds tick here, as the guy over there on the right waving the checkered flag is probably getting carpal tunnel really quickly right now, which is very unfortunate for him. But I mentioned it a second ago, and I'll mention it again tonight. CircleBDiecast.com. Type in the code word Foxworth Autosport to get any order over $20 with free shipping to anywhere in the United States and Canada for NASCAR or even IndyCar diecast. Make sure you check out CircleBDiecast.com. Looking down at the course and what is about to be a fun race. I'm trying to remember if I don't think VOR's been here before, but either way, we'll show you a track map now. That is not the track map, Scala. This is the track map. What you will see here tonight. That's what I was trying to do. So you see the information there, 19 corners. It actually says 20 on the map I'm looking at, but we'll go at 19. That works too. Somewhere between 19 and 21 corners. They will do 35 laps tonight, 152 miles. And again, this is the first time they have run this circuit. This will be a shortened pace lap because you see the cars over here in Blanchimont right now. And again, for just joining us, 35 laps. Looks like a 2 or 3 stop strategy to get to the finish. 10 pushes to pass, up to 20 seconds apiece. Rear tires look like they're going to take a beating from what we're seeing in practice and stuff. And there you see the incident points and how that will all play a role here this evening. Now, the cars have not rolled off yet. They're just about to. And when they do, they'll be in the hands of Gavin Sanders. Hope everybody's enjoying their evening so far. We appreciate you joining us here on the Captain eSports Network. No matter where you might be. Here we go. Car's going to roll off. It'll be a very quick pace lap. And they'll come to the green flag. Now, the usual Formula One Grand Prix is I believe, 44 laps at this circuit. There's the chicane right there. So we're about to go green for 35 laps. Sit back, tighten those seat belts, and get ready for some fun IndyCar racing from Spa-Francorchamps as Gavin Sanders leads them to the green flag. Very tricky turn one here. Everybody survives as we head up Eau Rouge to Radion, sorry. I knew I'd get that wrong. Oh, one car's really going for a spin. Porchelli. He's down there at the bottom of the hill somewhere. Did he save it? Oh, no, that car's destroyed. I saw that car just go whipping around through Radion. And I talked about it being a very dangerous corner. And it is bit to 15, unfortunately. Hey, Jay, I said the same thing here. I'm actually trying to get you a replay here, so stand by for 1 second. What has happened? Yeah, as Alex Vandesant, oh, you know, it looks like he clipped that curve, and oh, wow, it's a lick. So that's, what, Radion 1, IndyCar 0? Watch it get here. I think he clips this curve in his left rear. And right there, it upsets the car and sends it spinning. Because you almost have to turn right pretty quickly to make that corner happen. So there is The 15 on pit road, very disappointing for him as Gavin Sanders comes off the final corner. He'll lead lap 1 over Isaac Morris, Alex Vandesant, Oscar Fredrickson, Sam Blackwood up to P5. And you see Alex popping out, making a move to the left here, going into a very tough corner. Oh, look out. Hard lick for that car. Oscar Fredrickson, good grief. Thankfully, this is virtually. I might be asking if he's okay. That car is gone. What happened to the 12 here? That was a lick. Too much of the curve. Oh, boy. Oh. Oscar, I credit you for trying to drive that thing back. It's not happening. So far, that's Spa 2 IndyCars, nothing. Oh, issues for John Christensen has gone around over here on turn 1. Oh, and he gets glued by the 66 of Matt Houston. What in the world is going on? A whole bunch of issues going on here. Oh, wow. John kind of comes back onto the track, and that purple car ahead of Matt goes to avoid, and it's at the last minute there, and Matt just drills him. There's a lot of stuff going on right now here. I'm trying to keep up with the leaders, and I'm more catching wrecks. As Sudik there, the 87 Taco Bell car running 5th right now. AJ Musselman's going to need clear eyes for his eyes. Alex up to P3 right now, putting pressure on Isaac Morris. Three laps in, these guys pretty much on the tail of each other here. On board with Alex. Up. Oh, he's on push to pass here as he goes through. Oh, Rouge and up Radion. Gets to run up the straightaway, the Kemmel straight. He should be able to take P2 here. Alex Vandesant looking really solid right now in that Happy Trails Chili Mix Hot Rod. Oh, issues for Sadiq. Add him to the victims list. See what happened to him. He gets passed by, is that Blackwood? Sure is. Blackwood goes wide into the, oh! And they hit each, oh, wow. Let's watch that again, this time out of the car. Good crossover move there. Sam just takes it too wide. Oh, he hits the curve and, oh boy. Much like the chicken sandwich taco thingy, we'll let you decide if that's a sandwich or a taco. But we are dropping like flies here. And here comes Alex for the lead. Alex Vandesant, LMC Gear, take the lead on lap 4. Mark Cusano joining us tonight, the Cusano crew, ready for a doubleheader of racing this evening. Already 16th place on down on pit road or a lap down in this race. All about survival. Dakota DeMay off the track. Ryan Eric King's had issues. Speaking of Ryan Eric King, there he is going into, oh, he just stops over on the right-hander there, lets everybody by. Let's jump back here to 9th place. Julian Altona on the back bumper of Jim Harrick after his top 10, and Ryan Eric King is still sitting there. Not sure if he's got a 4-way flashers on or not. As they go through campus right now. It's a staff lot, which has turned 15 over to the long straightaway. Julian running in the 9th position right now. And did Sebastian Kinder tow? It looks like he's got some issues going on. As Tyler Duvall up here to 6th position right now. No, Kinder's still going, it looks like. There he is. In the very colorful 97 car. So Vandesant leads 0.8 of a second over Gavin Sanders, Isaac Morse, Cohen Evans, and Kinder, your top 5. And it looks like some of these drivers are starting to calm down now, as a lot of them are on pit road already. Only 14 cars left on track. And there's Christian Alagio, the 81 car. He did not qualify. He just let them qualify the car, and he's out here just running laps in the 81 car, and he's up to 14th right now because of it. Sometimes when you're not fast enough and you don't feel safe, just run out there by yourself and log laps, and all of a sudden you'll see yourself in the top 10. There's Joel Harleman in the 20 car doing the same thing right now. Joel in the 11th position right now. Ooh, who's going to win Bristol tonight? Well, it's a great question. Those Gibbs cars are looking pretty good all of a sudden tonight, or this last couple weeks. I don't know, first name that came to my head was Byron. We'll see. Isaac Morse, 4th position, right behind Cohen Evans right now. Yeah, it's very interesting to see what kind of strategy these cars are running up here at the front. We're going to see a 2-stopper or a 3 with the way these rear tires have fallen off. A lot of them on the primary tires. As we see, did Alex Vandesant have an issue? Or did he come off? Yeah, he had an issue or something. Alex has lost the lead. I turned away to look at something. I was trying to see what's going on with some stats, and all of a sudden, Alex is not in the lead anymore. Oh, he spins out. So a simple 360 for Vandesant. And we carry on. I'm sure he's pretty disappointed by that. Now, one thing that is a little bit different is that the VOR European Series is also running here this weekend in this race, so it's kind of a doubleheader. So some of the guys might be over here that's running in the Euro Series and vice versa this evening. Bean Man for a second I thought was quoting a DMX song, but in the end he feels the pain after getting hit there by Matt Houston, unfortunately, through turn 1 after his spin. But there's your top 4 right now on the track. 5th right now still belongs to Sebastian Kinder. He is 10 seconds back. Tyler Duvall there in 6th. And then Julian Alta there 7th. James Watson up in 8th. Jim Harrick running there in the 9th position. Lewis Woodall your top 10 right now. We ride with Watson. Watson being pretty solid right now. Harrick there behind him. Check back here, Joseph Grijalva, 12th position. He's chasing down Joe Harleman here. And a battle for position maybe shaping up here. Nine laps in, Alex Vandesant just ran the fastest lap of the race. That shows you how the tire wear is on those prime tires. 10 laps in, and he runs a purple. Up there into the 12th position, as I mentioned, Grijalva, as he's chasing down to 20. Harleman doing a great job this evening. If he can keep it on the track, he's been solid so far. Man that deserves to have a great run tonight. Meanwhile, Alex Vandesant, who is, I would likely say, driving angry right now. Through Blanchimont here as he looks to the left on Isaac up to the chicane for third. Gonna do it the hard way. Isaac switch back. So the window is open right now for stops. Yeah, he's driving angry, AJ. that's straight up what that is. And he ran the fastest lap a minute ago to 58.9. He just ran a 2-minute lap, so he's about a half second off. But that was in the middle of passing out Isaac at the same time. Fastest lap of the race fastest lap that time by was actually ran by Julian Altena in the 7th position, as he ran a 63 last time by. And I mean a 59.63. So Cohen Evans, who started back in the 6th position, he is putting pressure on Gavin Sanders for the lead here. As they come up on the back of Christian Alasia, who's going to give them the outside lane. $180 laps of a Sunday drive around this track, huh? That's what it looks like. Taking the family out in the country, except you're driving 190 mile an hour in these cars. So 13 cars on the lead lap so far as we're 10 laps in. And our first pit stop is going to be Sebastian Kinder. So let the strategies begin. The 97 is in. These very unique pit stalls that you see here, obviously the F1 style. And he'll go out of the picture here for a second. He'll come back up the hill and come right out there at turn 1 and up the straightaway. Is back on the track, he emerges. Here's your biggest mover so far. Grajala started 25th. He's up to 10th. Alejo up 11 from, well, that would be 25 also, I believe, to 14. And Woodall from 17th to 9th. Apparently 2 cars started 25th tonight. So the lead is getting very tight now as Alex has gotten to the back bumper as Cohen Evans actually went to the lead in this race. Let's show you the pass real quickly. Goes through Radion up the Kemmel straightaway here. He moves to the right. And Cohen goes to the lead. Gavin makes a protective move to make sure Alex doesn't make the move. But I can tell you as this is going on, guess what just happened? Alex goes to P2 and then goes to pit road. And that is where we join Alex live on pit road, lap number 12. So an interesting move there. Makes the pass. And then goes straight to pit road. That's almost, I wonder if that's almost like the equivalent of like talking trash to somebody there. Like making the move, kind of playing mind games, saying, I can pass you, and then jumping to pit road real quick. As back behind him there, the 21 on, or 31 of Julian Alton on pit road. So you think that move is going to bring these others to pit road here. Now I'm trying to remember back. There was a TI race here in Belgium at Spa 2 or 3 seasons ago, and I believe Alex won that race. Great racing all over the place. Let's look at this mess here. Off the pace there, I believe that was Max Williams. And Julian gets a run to the inside here of Kinder. Got to be careful. Julian gives him the room there on the high side. He kind of got a little understeer there, it looked like. That would be a 1X probably right there. Isaac Morris running the fastest lap, and here comes first and second. Look at this. Gavin has gone back ahead of Cohen Evans. And Cohen is going really slow. Cohen out of gas? He did run out of gas. So Gavin Sanders takes advantage. That is going to be painful for Cohen Evans. So Isaac Morris leads. Vandesant's already gone by Gavin Sanders, so he made the undercut. Isaac with 27 seconds here. It looks like the pit road delta is about 35 seconds or so on pit road. So obviously if you do the math and you subtract the 27 by 35, that would mean that Alex Vandesant should have about a 9-second lead when he comes off pit road. Isaac got to get out of it a little bit there, passing that lap car. James Watson on the back bumper of Tyler Duvall here in the 7th position. It shows you the speeds they are carrying around this track. So there's that battle, and here this battle continues. Been going on for about 5 or 6 laps as Grijalva's caught back up to Harleman here, and they're right on the back wing of each other. And now Isaac to pit road. Let's jump to that. Isaac on pit road. And if you look screen right, you'll see Alex go by as he just went purple. That time by a 58.5. There's Alex going by right now. Isaac with a 10.8 pit stop there. Actually, you know what? He did a great job on that last lap. It minimized the distance that Isaac's going to be ahead. I thought this was going to be about 8 or 9 seconds. So 14 laps into this VOR IndyCar Series presented by Apex Sage Coaching, Belgium Grand Prix. Hopefully you're joining us on this Saturday evening. 2 races for you tonight coming up after this. Wednesday night's running of the LSRL Next Gen Cup Series race from Bristol. Going to be joined by a young man, 17-year-old young man named Landon Quisenberry, who, when I introduce you to this young man, I will tell you that he has impressed me very much with his microphone work and stuff. And he's going to join me up in the booth tonight calling this race, and I'm looking forward to letting this man do his work. Should be a lot of fun. So Isaac is starting to put pressure on Alex here. Brady on the Kimmel Straight. Isaac at 182 miles an hour right there into that corner. Some of the faster speeds I've seen around there. Now Grijalva did get past Joel Harleman for the 11th position. Want to make sure I mention that. Also, James Watson did get by Tyler Duvall for the 7th position. Now, Cohen Evans, because of that incident, he has fallen down to the 4th position and 15 seconds back. So he lost a lot of time running out of gas there. It looks like coming to pit road. Going to be tight. Isaac's going to take it. Does Alex cross him over here? Let's look left. Oh, no, he didn't. So Isaac Morris taking the lead back here in this Belgium Grand Prix right near halfway. So far in this race, Isaac Morris has only used 1 push to pass. Alex Vandesant has used 4. There are a couple drivers in this race that have not touched the push to pass, one being Gavin Sanders, Julian Altina. Also, Jim Harrick and Lewis Woodall have not used push to pass at all, and they ride in the top 10 in this race. I did find out recently from sources of mine that all push-to-passes that are not used get donated to Edu Vila. Inside joke for those who don't know. Isaac going purple, 58.5 that time by. There's Julian Altina trying to chase down Cohen Evans after his mistake on pit road. So 17 laps in, let's take a look at our race summary here so far. Isaac Morris has led, no cautions in this race. Strictly because it's a road race. 26 cars started the race tonight, already down to what, 14 I think running? Get the count of that to make that accurate. Looks like, now we got a good amount of cars racing, but only 13 on the lead lap right now, and the fastest lap just ran by Isaac Morris last time by. So as I mentioned, the halfway point right now in this race of this 35-lap Belgian Grand Prix. What has been a fantastic race, some great racing, a great battling going on. And this lead fight has not gone away at all. Alex Vandesant not letting Isaac get away. Of course, anytime I think of Spa, I think about the recent photos I saw back a couple months ago before the Spa race, the Formula One race. Somebody had sent out a tweet of the Spa Rapids, basically. There was a photo from Eau Rouge in Radion, and it showed what looked like a river going down the straightaway. I was like, man, that might be the funnest slip and slide or funnest like kayaking you might ever do. Maybe the scariest at the same time. "19 laps in as they head through the Blanchamont part of the track, heading down towards the chicane. Now this track is the official home of the bus stop. This is where the term was deemed. And, of course, now you think of like Watkins Glen International Raceway and other tracks using the term bus stop for their corners. Isaac trying to break the draft a little bit. Go back here to this battle for the fourth position again as Cohen Evans trying to hold off Julian Altina. Sebastian Kinder behind him about 7.5 seconds. James Watson 8.3 back. Well, 19 laps complete out of the 35 in this race. Mentioned Lewis Woodall. Really want to take an opportunity to talk, but look at some of the drivers out here. Lewis doing a great job right now. 10th position for the 13 car. Lewis has had his good runs and his bad runs throughout the season so far. But Lewis, a top 10 driver right now, doing a fantastic job here in that red number 13. Well, Ty Richter. He is actually the last car on the lead lap. But he's out here. He's competing all the laps. He's being competitive and doing a great job running into 13th position here as he comes up on the back of the lap car, Dakota DeMay. Dakota had some issues earlier in this race. I mentioned Jim Harrick coming off his top 3 run at Pocono that he was stoked about. Here he is tonight running in the 9th position right now, so you can tell that his teammates have helped him a ton. Of course, Alex and Gavin Cohen running 2nd and 4th. There's Jim in 9th, so 3 top 10s right now for the LMC.com crew. Gary Godso on track there in the 3 car. He's out there literally for a Sunday drive. Alex all over Isaac here. Through Blanchamont. Alex, woo, Blows by him. Oh, and he takes it a little wide there. Got a little loose. Isaac going to cross him back up. And look behind him. Here comes Gavin. All these guys doing a great job here tonight. See the crowd there on the hill watching? How many people have I gotten up to? Because I noticed that my stream is stuck at 11. It seems like over here on chat and my screen, and then on my phone it said 5, and I just re-updated. It was 14 now, so not sure if there's some kind of a. But definitely happy to have everybody here tonight. Appreciate it. Not bad for a guy that's not the, best to call in a road race. Well, you're starting to wonder here if Alex is going to start to lay down laps here to try to set up his next pit stop. Isaac might be doing the same thing here. Kind of maybe an F1 type strategy. You go hard here now and try to set yourself up to get the track position to win this race. That time by both Alex and Isaac and Gavin, 159s apiece. So they're just getting faster as they go here. Cohen with a 59.4. The big one to note, though, Alex was actually 0.6 of a second faster than Isaac that time by. I promise you, this is the closest battle on the track, these three cars right now. That's why I've not really jumped around to other parts of the battles. We're going to keep it right here on this fight for the lead. And if I see another battle over here on the right side of the screen, I will jump over to it. To see how cool this the background setting and all this stuff is of this track. Of course, you got the mountains all around. And you see, look at it. Look ahead. You got two lap cars that might just play a role in this battle. Now, here's the question, and AJ, if you're watching, you might be able to answer this. If you're in a battle like Alex is right now for this lead, and you're coming up on these two cars, do you hypothetically see yourself maybe coming to pit road this time by so that you don't get caught up in these cars? You know, if you're Isaac or even Gavin maybe in this battle. You see they're going to catch him up the straightaway or up the Kemmel straight. One car's already pulling over here to let him go. Kind of on the strategy I'm thinking, if you I've always learned if you follow the leader, you're going to follow the leader the whole race. If you do something different, then you have a shot to beat him. So let's see if AJ can nail this one on the head. Let's see what happens here. And if we see any cars partake the pit road. Fair point. Man, I just looked over at the lap times the last time by. Let's see what Isaac did. Right on cue. Alex Vandesant to pit road. Just to note, last time by, Gavin, Alex, and Isaac all ran 159.0 somethings. So basically within 100th of a second of each other on that last lap. Now that time by, Isaac actually went 58.8. So he might have known Alex was pitting and turned up the wicker a little bit there. As Alex on pit road here, lap 25, so 10 laps to go. He switches to the Reds. Pushed pass wise. Alex has 6. Isaac has 9. Gavin has 7, if that matters any. Mikey the wise guy making an appearance here. My new crew members, the Cusano crew. But we all know Isaac Morris, and who I'm talking to, guys, in case you don't know, AJ Musselman is a driver in this series. Obviously a very talented IndyCar driver in VOR and other places where he races. So I'm turning to him to ask these questions because he's able to help me out with some of these numbers. Now, for those who don't know who Isaac Morris is, Isaac has a lot of a Michael Schumacher trait in him. And what I mean by that is these cars will come to pit road, and Isaac will come out here and he will run a lap that will have all of us like, what? And this is usually that lap. A 58.7 that time by from Isaac. He's about 2/10 off his fastest lap. However, Gavin just ran his fastest lap of the race at a 58.8. JT, don't worry, I've already started, brother. As Cohen Evans on pit road to 37. You saw Alex go by stage right there, past the 37. Oh, we're good, man. Having a great night of racing here. 2 races tonight. There's Cohen leaving pit road, and look at this. Julian Altina has actually undercut the 37, so move Julian up to the 5th position here. That's about me too. I'm tired. I've been up since about 4:30 roughly myself. I did get a couple of little naps in. JT, who's out lap you talking about there, brother? Here's Isaac rolling up here towards Blanchimont, coming up on Kristen Elson. Gavin Sanders in tow. Basically, these three have been on top of each other the whole entire race. And this is not going to help Isaac right here. Krista does jump out of the way. Isaac 58.9 that time by a 58.8. No, I'm sorry. Gavin's on pit road. Never mind. 204. He's on pit road. This is the guy to watch, though. Look out, camera. This guy has got 4 new balonies on it. Oh, look at that time to the right. Isaac, you better be running, buddy. Alex Vandesant, a 58.4 as he goes purple on that. So those red tires showing the speed. The question is, can he make them last? As you see, Gavin Sanders has come out behind Alex. This is getting, oh, Julian, a 58.3. Oh, we're getting good now, boys. As Julian brings her up through Eau Rouge and Radion. So the delta on pit road is about, as I said earlier, 35 seconds or so. Now, very true. And earlier I thought it was going to be about a 9-second difference, but somehow Isaac did something to keep that lead only about a second or two with Alex. So let's see what Isaac could do. He should be coming to pit road right here, I would think, to try to prevent the undercut as much as possible. Here he comes. He'll switch to reds. Very tricky pit road. I believe it's a 37-mile-an-hour pit road. We'll keep an eye on Alex here. Alex is coming up towards the chicane right now. He's got Gavin right there on his tailgate, or gearbox. There's the term. Here we go. Going to the reds. Here comes Alex. Here comes Gavin. And here comes Isaac. Let the race begin. Drag race up Eau Rouge. Oh, man. Wow. I don't think Alex got too bad of a slowdown there, but that is going to hurt him. Now what Alex needs to do is get back into a rhythm and not hurt himself there, because you know he's going to be disappointed in that move right there happening. So if you're Alex, you just got to get back in a rhythm and don't add the mistakes to each other. Now, we talked about the point standings here entering this race. Let's go ahead and throw those up here on the board. For those just joining us, that is where we stand. And you notice Vandesant and Isaac right there on top of each other points-wise. And the only reason Gavin's not up there is he actually missed a race. And it's only taken a couple minutes for the first Dr. Pepper baked beans to get referenced. I like toast. And these cars are awesome, by the way. I love these Indy cars. So we got a battle here for the lead. We got this battle back here for fourth. As Gavin, look at that lap, 57.9. These guys are flying around here. Now, they're not F1 fast. And by the way, as I mentioned, you guys hang out because coming up after this, we got a doubleheader of racing. The LS LSRL Cup Series, which is the next-gen car, is going to be on track from Bristol. And going to have a young man who's 17 years old joining me in the booth to call the race. And you want to talk about a young man that's got a lot of talent? Trust me, I put this kid on the spot a few weeks ago doing an interview, and he nailed it. So Isaac stretching it out on Gavin a little bit, but the one thing I will note, it seems like the longer the run goes, Isaac is kind of falling off a little bit. I made that deal with you guys, Mike. You know what you need to do to make that happen. I made the deal. I stick by my word. For those who don't know the deal, I told Mikey, these guys have been joining me every night now for racing because apparently I do something good. And I told them if they can get me 50 viewers one night, I will put them in the booth. And you know darn well you guys all live in subdivisions. Walk around, hand out flyers if you have to. So Alex Vandesant, I'm not sure if he's, wow, look at that lap from Isaac, a 57.2. I wonder if Alex has hurt the tires a little bit here. And also, let's add to the fact he does have 3-lap older tires, so that could be playing a role here also in this race. The battle is on for fourth. Cohen Evans to the back. A little defensive move from Julian. Cohen's going to slide it up the inside here. Almost some contact. Cross him over. Oh. Oh, yeah, I raced. I'm old school. I got a G27. Cohen has tried everything. I haven't seen a block yet from Julian, really. He's been clean, I think, here. It's very hard to see because of the way Cohen's kind of zagging around there. I'm like, is he? I can't really tell. Yeah, I saw the new wheel, JT. That was impressive, dude. I don't even want to ask how much you spent and where you got that. Cohen going to try the outside here. Power move. He's got the crossover here. Oh, nope. Julian drives it pretty deep on him. 5 laps to go. Nothing going on up front. They're still stretched out. This is the fight now for fourth. Mark, how many cans of Mountain Dew do you have to save on that one, brother? Wow. Anthony, hey, buddy. Well, I know the setup they have in this car has a really tall 6th gear in it. These cars could probably easily, look at this. Cohen's trying everything here. These cars could easily go probably up to 200 up the straightaway if they really wanted to. But with the downforce and the gearing in it, I saw earlier 182 up the Kemmel Straight, which is the corner after Eau Rouge, which is that uphill chicane. I wish, actually, there is a way for me to show it. Let me do something a little sneaky, because one thing you guys don't know is I'm actually using 2 different graphic things to broadcast this race. So I actually still have access to... Oh, I'm about to pull. Hang on. I might actually be able to get you guys this. Hold on a second. All right, that kid's awesome. He needs to be a salesman. Oh, that's... Oh, wrong button. Julian still holding on here for 4th. Ooh, Julian made a mistake almost there. Trying to find the app. There it is. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. All right, so there's Eau Rouge and Radion, and here they come up the fastest part of the track. Go on the screen. Get on the screen. Come on. There you go. Look at this. As Cohen makes the pass, 181 mile an hour down into the corner. Cool is I still have the SDK subscription, so I'm able to use both tickers. That's tight. All I want to, actually. So Isaac Morris is stretched out to a 2.5 second lead over Gavin. Alex Vandesant 8 seconds back in 3rd, and then this colossal fight for 4th. And here comes the other fast Porsche of the track. So let's check this one out. They are not, they're wide open this whole entire way right here. Look, it's already 180. Up to the chicane. Cohen going to make a move to the outside again. Julian slides up in front of him. Three laps to go. Oh, somebody destroyed a car back there. Who was that? That might have been Ty Richter. Oh boy. You picked a fine time to leave me, loose wing. Here come the leaders going by the Ty Richter car. Isaac, well, he drives that thing out to France to make the pass. And Gavin's got it down to a 2.5 seconds here, so you wonder if Isaac has buzzed the, I can't talk, buzzed the tires. I have no clue what that is. And I don't know if I want to know what that is. Two laps to go for the driver out of Wales. The closest thing I'll have to a home track race this season. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from those. You guys can go ahead and do that. Oh, and these guys continue at it. Yeah, I'm going to just stay away from those. Ooh, Cohen got a little oversteer there through the corners. He go up Eau Rouge. Watch this. Up through Radion and down the Kimmel straightaway here. Let's see if he's going to push the pass. Not yet. Down to Bruxelles here. And my favorite named corner on this track, coming up here to the left to Puhan. Now Isaac has stretched the lead back out to 2 seconds. And here comes Isaac, going to take the white flag. Final lap from Belgium. Bud Light, I mean, mostly anything. I'm a Bud Light guy, though. As Morris up the Kimmel straightaway for the final time. Tonight it is definitely captain, though. My one day off I get this week is I got to go back to work on Monday. Oh, dear God. Mikey, have you ever had beer? What a race it is tonight. I know Isaac might end up winning this race, depending on if he can finish these last 12 to 15 corners. But this is going to come down to the battle between Isaac, Gavin, and Alex, and we'll throw Cohen Evans in there. And what was a great race tonight. A fantastic battle. Up through the Blanchimont area for the final time. And the one track that Isaac probably would love to win at because it's the closest to his home. He does the Isaac weave and takes the checkered flag as he wins at Belgium. Isaac Morris, another win. There's your top three. Very classy race between all three of them. That was a lot of fun. Let's jump back here real quickly. Cohen has gotten by Julian into the line. Cohen outruns him. And I think Cohen's out of gas. Either that or they're doing their own pace thing. But for Isaac, this is his third win of the season, third in the last 4 races, as a matter of fact. Oh, wait till Bristol here in a minute. All right, so while they work up the final straightaway here, let's go through the race results. Morris wins this thing by 1.6 seconds over Gavin Sanders. Alex Vandesant third. Cohen Evans, Julian Altina finishes in the top 5. Sebastian Kinder 6th. James Watson 7th. Great run for him again. Tyler Duvall, Jim Harrick, another top 10. And Joseph Grijalva. Go Army. Congrats on the top 10 there out there in El Paso, Texas. 11th, Lewis Woodall. 12th goes to Joel Harlman. 13th, Ty Richter. Christian Alejo gets 14th. Dakota Nemay. David Porchelli, who had one of the harder licks of the night there on lap 1. Kristen Nelson, Nicholas Sadiq, Thomas Geisler, and Gary Godso finishing in the 20th position. Sam Blackwood, 21st. Ryan Eric King, 22nd. Max Williams, 23rd. 24th goes to either Christensen or Houston. Even iRacing can't determine that, apparently. And Oscar Fredrickson, who had we'll argue with between him and the other car I just mentioned on who had the hardest hit, Porchelli, who had the hardest hit of the night. So the Apex Sage coaching number 63. Going to come through the chicane and probably give it some celebratory burnouts. As Isaac celebrates again another win, which I believe firmly puts him one spot behind Alex Vandesant in the most wins in series history. I believe if I do the math right there. Let me jump down into the VOR channel, and we'll talk to our drivers. And we will start with our winner of tonight's race, Isaac Morris. Isaac, man, congratulations once again. We're talking like we always do, it seems like, in Victory Lane, but what a fight that was. I know you were able to get away there with pitting last and able to battle Alex up the hill there at Eau Rouge and Radion. And but I can't help but think about those other laps of you guys all just battling each other for the top 3 or 4 spots.
Yeah, it was a great race tonight. I'm exhausted after that. Not gonna lie, that was a really tough race, and it really came down to the wire, to the last pit stop, and yeah, it was crazy. The whole race was just crazy, fighting Alex, Cohen, and Gavin all the way through the first and second stint. It was just all about just keeping the fuel under control and keeping the tires under control as well. That was the biggest aim tonight, and yeah, it was just all in all a great race.
So got some viewers here watching a road race for the first time. They saw these Indy cars out here and stuff. They've been watching a lot of my stock car broadcasts and stuff, and they're here watching tonight. And one of them just said, actually, exhausted, I would need a puke bucket. You want to explain a little run that and little workouts that you like to do before the race that kind of keeps you from having that issue?
Yeah, so it usually used to be on the Tuesday, but not tonight. But yeah, sometimes I just go for a run before a race just to get any nerves or anything out of my system. So when it comes to race, I just have a focused head, and I'm not worrying about anything but the race. And yeah, I actually went to the gym before the race, but I didn't do any running. But yeah, it was that race was a real workout, and I'm really glad I didn't do shoulders tonight, because I'd probably not be able to lift anything up tomorrow now.
Are the arms feeling like Jello?
A little bit. They're feeling a little bit tight and a little bit sore. So yeah, need to work on that, because if the races are going to get any longer, man, I'm going to be sore every Sunday morning after a VOR race now.
Well, yeah, and not to mention you got 3 more days, and then you're out there at Barber running a race. That's not an easiest track either. So, man, great job tonight, and congratulations. You and Alex put on a great show. So did Gavin. Of course, Cohen there until he had his whoopsies there on pit road running out of gas. But another win for you, and third time this season, third in the last 4 races. And that's got to be big for you, and big shout-outs to whoever you like to.
So obviously I'd like to give a shout out to Gary for having me on the team. I really appreciate Gary's team boss. He really looks after me, and in return I win in races. Obviously I'd like to give a shout out to all the sponsors on the car, especially Apex Stage Coaching. I sponsor the league, and also I sponsor my own car. I've still got some stuff in the pipeline with that. I'd like to give a shout out to Alex and Gavin, always bringing competition, and it's really nice to be able to fight people during a race and not just drive off. There's actually, you have to do something which makes the races fun and enjoyable. Even if you don't win, you still at the end of the day have a great race.
Well, you did a great job tonight, man. Great job to everybody. Congratulations on another win. And we'll go back to America now and go enjoy some racing over there. But congratulations. The closest race to home for you this season, and you got to win.
Yeah, it feels good.
There you go, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. You too, buddy. Isaac Morris, the winner tonight here in the VOR IndyCar Series presented by, his sponsor right there, Apex Stage Coaching. So congratulations to him. Let's talk to our second place finisher tonight, and that is Gavin Sanders, who he keeps his little streak going, though he did not make the Pocono race. He won at Road America and comes back tonight with a second-place run. Gavin, I guess the obvious question I want to ask really quickly is, does this second place not feel as bad now that you have a win under your belt?
Yeah, you know what? I can accept it.
Right?
Morally, it does not feel like I lost,
Absolutely.
Like I lost something that could have been mine, right? No, it was a good win. Isaac really perfected the strategy, and he definitely deserves it. So,
what were the first thoughts going through your mind as you're sitting there, the third car in line, as Isaac comes off pit road, and you got side by side going up Eau Rouge, and of course I'm over here like, and I'm sure you're like, let's be nice, boys.
I was like, I'm gonna get out of the way, and it kind of played out as I thought it would. So.
Well, it's still a great effort, man. You guys put on a great show up there. Talk about what it was like battling for the lead there throughout that race.
Well, the first stint was a lot of fun. Obviously, Alex and Isaac are 2 of the best in the league, and they race super clean and make it lots of fun. And even Cohen was in there as well, and he races awesome as well. So it was a good little battle there, and I think Cohen ran out of fuel coming into the pit, which hampered me a lot because I ended up losing a whole bunch of time. Unfortunately, but I fell back 3 or 4 seconds because of that. Just couldn't get a clean pit in, pit out, and then from there I was just playing catch up, and then got put on the back foot because I couldn't save enough fuel. But watching those guys fight was a lot of fun. Well,
still a great job tonight. Good way to bounce back from your win there at Road America. We missed obviously seeing you there at Pocono last week, but obviously you had to take care of some real life business, and great to see you back here tonight. And shout outs to whoever you like to, bud.
Big shout out to Team VOR, Fat Bastard Burrito, Braden Motorsports, Stilo, Alpine Stars, all the people. And big shout out to the teammates and everything. Made it seamless for me coming back this week. So,
yeah, great job, man. Congratulations on P2.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely, buddy. Gavin Sanders finishing second tonight. Let's talk to our third-place driver, and probably the more disappointed one tonight here, Alex Vandesant. Alex, let's go back to the beginning of the race for you. Obviously, you had that little whoopsies off turn 1, and then it seemed like angry Alex came to life after that. We had myself and AJ Musselman were out here in chat talking to each other. It's like, man, this is angry Alex, and you were putting down some lap times that were very, very fast.
Yeah, I had decent pace comparatively, but a lot of that I think was down to the other guy's fuel saving, which in hindsight I should have done. Not happy about the spin. I was getting game stutters as well, so it would just freeze up for a split second, and then of course it happened right at the apex of La Source, and around I went. So I need to. I haven't had those for a while, so I need to figure out what's going on. But other than that, really proud of my driving and my pace today. I was really able to stay with Isaac and Gavin, and we had some awesome battles. Just wish I got the strategy better and didn't have those hardware issues.
Yeah, I noticed a couple blinks you had there when I saw the replay as that happened, and I just, it's kind of interesting to see that happen, and unfortunate for you. But yeah, that battle with Isaac you mentioned, man, there was about 5 to 10 laps straight. You two were just going to war on each other, making moves, and you seem to have that outside line, I guess we can call it, the left lane going into the chicane down pretty well.
Yeah, it's actually a really good corner. I normally hate chicanes, but something about how it's built at Spa, it makes for some really good battles through it. If you can get a good exit through the left-hander, or actually a good run through the right-hander, then you can kind of park it on exit and then slow up the guy behind you.
Right.
And so Isaac did it to me, I did it back. But it was a good battle, and then just getting the drive off the corner is key. So we gave each other plenty of space, and I think we put on a good show.
Now, I know that's hard racing, but I got to ask from the guy that's kind of not the, as you know, most experienced on a road race. When you have a situation like that, you go through a chicane, and you do what you said, that you parked it basically in front of Isaac, and Isaac did the same to you. Is there any kind of a any kind of a thought that comes in your mind of like, man, that's kind of dirty to do?
No, not at all. I mean, you need to set up your own exit, and at that point, you're ahead of them. It's your corner. They have to react to you, and your car's the only one that you can drive. You can't drive theirs for you. So Isaac and I have a lot of mutual respect and trust in each other and our driving abilities. So we're able to do that. If it's someone I'm less familiar with, I might be less aggressive for sure. But at the same time, you got to run your race and make those moves and get that position where you can.
Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations on your top 3. Good bounce back at least, and you continue to be up there in the points. But I got a couple of guys here that have been new to the broadcast, and they don't really know about the whole chili mix. So let's introduce them to the Happy Trails chili mix.
Yeah, absolutely. My grandpa's company. He's a multi-time world chili cook-off champion. But his award-winning chili mix is available on Amazon. Happy Trails Chili Company. If you're in Ohio, I believe it's at Kroger and a couple Whole Foods as well. So go ahead and look for those and pick it up if you want.
Now, help me a little bit. What's the slogan again? Because I'm trying to remember. I know all you got to do is add.
Oh, yeah. Add beef, water, and then the chili mix, and then you have chili. You can also add tomatoes, onions, any other spices or fillings that you want, and yeah.
There you go, man. I was trying to remember. I'm like, man, what's the quote? Anyways, nice job, man. Good to see you out there tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Hey, you too, buddy. Alex Vandesant joining us this evening, a 3rd place finish, and I'm going to be ordering some of that probably as it gets cooler here. I have not had a chance to have it yet, but the fact that you can go on Amazon and buy it, definitely a good deal there. So, all right, that's going to do it here from Belgium. I am going to show you how I can go from here to Bristol, Tennessee in about 10 minutes. Magic. So, appreciate everybody from Velocity Online Racing for allowing us to be a part of the broadcast. Julian and everyone that have put this league together. A lot of fun. It definitely makes my Saturday nights a lot of fun, especially when your college football team sucks. But with that said, appreciate everybody for watching this evening. And, again, shout out to those guys. Shout out to Apex Age Coaching for sponsoring the series. And thanks to iRacing for allowing us to be a part of the platform here to broadcast on. So with that said, I'm going to shut down here, and then we'll get you ready for the next race coming up here in a few minutes. But as we go, I always like to say it. Remember, this isn't just a game. No matter where you are in the world racing, it is iRacing. See ya!